Hello, everyone. For this week's discussion on anxiety management tips, I came up with two that I think are the most important for me that I use during my schooling to make my speeches better, and it could help anyone. And the first one is something that you could do before, and it's knowing your topic and having interest in your topic. So, if you have interest in your topic, it's going to be a lot easier to talk about it more confidently and fluid. And how this helps, it's going to make you a way more credible speaker towards the audience, because if they see you that you know the topic and that you're really talking well, they will think like, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about. Like, he's much confident up there. Like, you're going to be more credible. And it's if you fall off track during your speech and lose your train of thought, it's a lot easier to get back on track knowing your subject, because you could just bounce to another thing right away. And then my second tip is don't fear a moment of silence, because I think this is a big one, because people will forget what they're saying or whatever, and then be silent for a second and then get flustered and like start flipping through their pages or whatever. But this is a good moment, because it may seem like the audience is getting bored, but in reality they're like consuming what you've been saying and thinking about the things that you've been saying so far. It gives them the time to process all that and really think about what you've been saying, or take notes, or whatever your audience is doing. Depends on who your audience is, if it's a classroom or whatnot. And just don't get flustered up there when this happens. It just take a few breaths and just get back on track, and take as much, like, not as much time as you need, but just like, don't just don't get nervous, don't get anxious, just take a few breaths and get back on track. And thank you. Those are my two tips for anxiety management.